This episode was recorded in front of a live stream audience. Join me at gaming.youtube.com/the Jessa Channel. Hey there. You are watching the Jessa Channel live on YouTube, Twitch, Mixer, and also on Steam today. We are playing on Steam today. I'll tell you why that is the case in just a moment, but today is Friday, November 16th, 2018. We are playing as Baudelaire the Bard in Pathfinder Kingmaker, and I am Jessa. Yay! Okay, so things are a little bit wonky, I'm not gonna lie. It's a little bit wonky. Let's do a refresh of that so that we can get people up. Okay, you can say hi to me now. So I just want to tell you my reason for being late was that I was doing administrative stuff. I swear. I looked at the clock. Hi, Patrick. I looked at the clock and it was 1:30 and I was like, crap. My afro was like akimbo. As you can see, it still is. Like normally I'm able to kind of get these little dingleberries like right here, but not today. It wasn't happening today. So I'm just going to have to go in all fro akimbo. I just did the best I could. I just slap it and just can't be. I just cannot be. Hi, Morgwin. Today, as I said, is Friday, and let me scoot over a little bit because I got a monitor stand. So I want to thank the patrons for that. And let me try and do this without making too much wonkle. There we go. I'm trying not to wonkle too much. There we go. Okay, so thank you, Morgwin. And I on the way up here, I had my earrings and I was like running up the stairs and which you shouldn't do. Don't do that. And then I couldn't find my other earrings. So I only had one earring and I was just like, oh God. And then it was stuck on my lace, in the lace of my dress. So, and Morgwin's like super relieved that I'm late because she's been wonkled too. So she's like, thank God. You know that we're all like running around when the response to me being late by 10 minutes is, oh, thank God. She comes running in, throws the groceries on the counter, dives over the cat, hits the on button, is ready to go. Okay, so today, what the music that you guys were listening to, by the way, is I keep leaning this way. Let's try and scoot over. Hold on one second. I'm just gonna like just kind of just address this a little bit. There we go. There we go. So I know that's how it went down. She was like trucking it up the driveway. So some announcements for today. And that is Restream, by the way, they're doing a really good job. We had problems with repeats and I contacted them while we were live and they came in and fixed it like on the spot. That was cool. And then the second thing is that they keep improving this chat over here. The web chat, they keep making improvements to it. Every week they put out some new thing that you can do with Restream. So I'm really pleased with them. And if you want to know, whether you should go ahead and Restream, the answer is yes. Damo. He's not here to defend himself yet. I hope he shows up so I can tease him. This week, the patrons paid for a monitor stand, which should hopefully stop some of the... I was going like with the ghetto monitor stand, which was like the box the motherboard came into. And the box the motherboard came in, and I just said, that's good enough. So I put like a nice cloth over it and slapped the monitor on there. So every time I'd laugh or, or put on the desk or anything like that, and it would shake a lot. It's still shaking because I'm shaking like this, but it's a lot steadier. She says, as it shakes. All right, this monitor stand is crap and I'm taking it back. But it is a little bit steadier. I think that it's not really, I don't think it's the monitor. I don't think it's the monitor stand. I think it's the house. I don't know if you know this, but I live in a beach house that's 100 years old. Well, actually, that's not true. It's 98 years old. And so this whole house was created before there were anything like, you know, building standards and stuff. So I'm pretty like when you guys see me leaning like this, it's not the camera, it's the house. I love this house. I love my house. I've lived here for 16 years. 16 years. And I love it. However, it's got a lot of charm. It's also old. Okay, so we're gonna be playing Pathfinder Kingmaker today. And the channel's 6th anniversary just passed. I'm super pleased about that. Super pleased. The channel continues to grow. Tomorrow, we will be live with Dave Gilbert, who created Unavowed. He is Wadget Games and Blackwell series, Techno Babylon. He's done a bunch of adventure stuff, adventure gaming. He's very, 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 very well known in the adventure gaming, and he's going to be live with me. He's going to be right there. Isn't that cool? That is so cool. So that's going to be tomorrow at 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. GMT. Yep. So I'm going to go ahead and let's do a sound check when I put the game up here. Oh, wait, nope. Sorry about that. Music playing in the background. Stop. Okay, so sound check. They see her leaning. They see her leaning. They be wishing. By the way, today I'm drinking fresh squeezed carrot and apple juice that my husband squeezed last night. Patrick is saying that he hears an echo. Okay. Morgan, do you hear an echo too? Let me know if you're coming into chat. If you hear an echo, I mean, hopefully everything's working as it should. Let me turn my mic down just a little bit. Morgan's got a chai tea latte. That sounds good. Now I want a chai tea latte. I'm mad now. You're not hearing an echo? Okay, so what I like to do is I like to give a number of people a chance. Whoa, hello, that's loud. Sorry about that. You should hear it being that will be an echo. Let's go to about there. So that's Pathfinder Kingmaker music in the background. Yay. So first of all, and also thank you to Morgwin for being here. No worries, Patrick. No worries. Let me know if it gets any better. Hopefully it should be a little bit better now. We're going to go on into the game. Hello, Mothering. Welcome back to the Jessa Channel. You can see the guys back there recovering from yet another bender. I've given up trying. We're going to do an intervention at some point, maybe. At some point, maybe. That was a completely useless question. Useless sentence. We're going to do an intervention because these guys are constantly drunk. It's not a good representation for a family-friendly channel. So, anyway, let me know, Morgan, how the sound is. I'm going to go ahead and start lowering things here. And we are live on Steam, on Mixer. Let me make sure that's showing up correctly, by the way. It is good. Let me just make a quick change here. I'm so behind today, you guys. I have no good excuse. I honestly don't. I'd like to have an excuse, but I really don't. That's the truth. Game sounds are a bit on the soft side. Thank you, Morgwin. I will make a change to that. Let me. Oops, sorry about this. And let me turn that title off. There we go. And update broadcast. And then go over here and go like this. And then go like this. There we go. Yay! So, I'll peek in on Steam every once in a while when I remember. But Morgwin, you can, if you can keep an eye on that one, it's over here. Same link as always. Okay, so, let's get going. Let's get into Pathfinder Kingmaker, shall we? Hello, Heather! Okay, so, these are the mods I'm currently running right now. I have the respec mod in, which I was using on my private game. Bag of Tricks is to give me 1,000 gold because it costs 1,000 gold to respec people. Fast Travel allows us to move faster. Cleaner is keeping the game, cleaning out debris from the game saves, hopefully making it load faster. And then Cheat Menu is also for the 1,000, I think. I don't know what I have this for. Oh, no, Bag of Tricks is for the cameras. I want to show you about this. I'll have to load into the game to show you. But Bag of Tricks allows us to zoom the camera and move the camera and that kind of stuff. Okay. Oh, and also let's get some light going on the scene here. There's a little kitty over there. I need to get a camera and like point it at the kitty bed so you guys can have like a kitty cam in the corner. Let's go ahead and load the game. And as you can see, I was respecking, I was thinking about respecking, so I made a hard save here, but then I didn't get around to doing it, to be absolutely honest. Let's just be real about it. So we're going to be playing for as long as I can go today. I'm lucky dinner is already made. And where we left off was with our good character here, Baudelaire. Just a moment. And we have just, oh, that tastes so good. Just finished chapter 1. So that means that we get to do some leveling. Here's Bottle. Isn't she cute? She's so cute. This zooming, twirling, that kind of stuff, that is part of Bag of Tricks mod. And I'm going to go over here to the mod manager. And I recommend this mod. Definitely recommend this mod. Particularly for the camera tools right here. Camera rotation, camera scroll speed, camera zoom unlocked. Really cool. So, and you can also do this thing that focuses the camera. You know how I was having trouble with the camera always kind of flopping off to the side, left or right, when I would move my mouse to another screen. So this allows us to lock the camera in on a character, and it won't do that. That's really good. So move camera to player too as well. So these camera tools, I had 3 mods that were doing what this one mod is doing. So that's why I did that. And then over here, this cheat menu is to give myself 1,000 gold when I want to respec. And that's all I've used that for. Then cleaner and fast travel. Let's go ahead and close. So you can see Baudelaire here, and we can't feed the animals because we are now at a party. A banquet in our honor. Here's Amiri. Lander, we haven't even met him yet. And let me turn around here. There's some guests here. Some more guests. Tristan is here. Valerie is here. Ragongar is here. Octavia is here. Hello, Big Show. Welcome to the Jessa Channel. How am I changing the... How am I changing... Holy buckets! Big Show is very, very excited about the camera changing. I'll tell you. I just said how to do it, but I'm happy to show you again. How I did that is with... there's a mod. Well, there's 2 ways to do it, both with mods. So I'm going to hit Control F10 to bring the mod menu up. You can also do it by going over here and clicking on Mod Manager. Oh, a mod. Okay, you got it. Good. Awesome. So, but let me tell you which mod it is so you don't get confused, because there's actually two of them, two different versions. In other words, two different ways. There are mods called camera rotation, camera zoom, Nexus, but I recommend getting the Bag of Tricks mod and just using the camera tools section here, because it has all of those things in one mod. And I feel like it's better to have one mod instead of 3 mods, you know what I mean? So there you go, big show. I like that word, thanks. Okay, so let's go ahead and do some leveling up first. If you know a lot about Pathfinder Kingmaker and about the Pathfinder role-playing system, feel free to give me tips and tricks on how to level everybody up. As you can see here, we have some level ups to do. Oh, actually, you know what? Look at this. Never mind, I lied. Thank you, Morgwin. Never mind. I guess I don't have to do those level ups. I did them last Friday, I guess, because I'm efficient and on top of it. Even when I don't remember that I'm efficient and on top of it. I'm not leveling up Amiri and Jathal, simply because I'm not planning on using them. If we need to use them, then I'll level them up. That's why. So basically, I'm just ignoring them, to be absolutely honest. But the rest of the team, it looks like I've leveled them up already. Great. Okay, perfect. So let's go ahead and move on with the story. We are here at the party for our enjoyment. Let's talk to Lander. I don't know who he is. Baudelaire is humming a happy tune as she walks into the room, and the room smells of wonderful food. There's ham, there's apples, there's fish, there's ale, there's pie, meat pies, there's fruit, there's steak, there's all kinds of, there's soup and everything to eat. The party is in full swing as she comes around the corner. Man animal! Yay! Welcome back to the Jessa Channel. I'm just starting, so we're going to be on for another 3-4 hours. Hello, JC Hero. Welcome to the Jessa Channel. I am role-playing as Baudelaire the Bard. Excellent. I will welcome you back when you come back. So, we're gonna go for a while here. So Baudelaire walks into the huge doors. She smells it. The food hits her like a wave. It's delicious and her stomach grumbles. She sings a happy tune about buffets and food and banquets and parties. She strums to herself and tries to work out the words. La 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 la. She has her little 4-stringed lute that she has with her. And also, let me show you a full, for those of you guys just coming in, welcome to the Jessa Channel. This is a full picture of Baudelaire, and the link to Baudelaire is, if you're watching on YouTube, it's in the description right there. This is Baudelaire here. How do I get to her full? Does anyone know how I can see Baudelaire's? Oh, I know how. Never mind. I got it. Over here. Bio. I remembered. So this is Baudelaire's full portrait. You can see that she's carrying a little case here. Little lute case. And that's her 4-string lute. This is her crossbow. And her adventuring things. Blue, as you can see, is her favorite color. And she's a cheerful sort. What kind of bard did you make? I will tell you. Over here with her, she is got point blank shot and precise shot. We do travel with Lindsay because I'm more concerned about, or I'm more interested in role play, and Lindsay and Baudelaire, Baudel, have made friends and are part of it, have weaved together a story. So I don't really care that I have 2 bards. What I have Baudel doing is buffing for the most part. Ah! Yay! It's a raid! Yay! That's awesome. Let me put myself on screen so I can say hi to you guys. Hello. Welcome to the Jessa Channel. Hi, I'm Jessa. Welcome. It's a man-animal raid. I love raids. I think they're awesome. Welcome to the Jessa Channel, GC Hero. Welcome to the Jessa Channel. I saw... Who did I see up here? I saw DNR. Welcome to the Jessa Channel. And I see... Let's see. Do I see anyone else coming in here that's saying hi to me besides Big Show? Dropping some people that don't know you. Do your thing, girl. Did you hear that? That's so awesome. Do your thing, girl. Well, lurk away. Welcome to the Jessa Channel. Man Animal was my very first subscriber. Follower on Twitch. I'm pretty sure. Well, that's not true. He was the first subscriber that came from Twitch. I had people that came over from the Jessa Channel on YouTube, where I have been available for 6 years, doing Let's Plays, and now I do live streams. So we're playing as Baudelaire the Bard. I voice and sing characters. But yeah, you were my first follower. Yep. Man Animal was my very first follower on my first day. It was so cool. I was like, hi! And he was like, hi! And then I was all like, I jumped on him and I was all like, so like, why did you follow me? And do you love me? And, was it like, and then I asked him like 1,200 questions and he stayed. So that's cool. Let's go back into the game and I will continue to show you the build here. So basically I'm having her focus on buffing, and, using her crossbow, but I am very open to suggestions. On Pathfinder. I have played Pathfinder tabletop, but it was years ago. I did it for a show for YouTube, on YouTube. And so he is good people. I'm really glad to see him here. It's awesome. I got my very first follower was good people. So Man Animal, that means you have a channel, right? Because I didn't know that. If you do, I'm going to go check it out. And I invite you guys watching, the people who are here, who are Jessa Channel followers, to go over and check out the Man Animal here on Twitch. What are you playing, Man Animal? Hi, Crafter! And welcome back to the Jessa Channel. We're having a good old time. I got a late start today, but we are partying literally and figuratively here as well. We're partying here in our world, and Baudelaire is partying. Let's go ahead and click on Lander. Oh, wow. Check him out. Who are you, sweetie? This guy is good looking. Wow. A handsome, well-dressed young man of about... Oh, he's too young. Well, I don't know. I'm not sure how old Baudelaire is. I'd say she's probably... She's actually probably, I'd say about maybe 19 or 20. Somewhere around there. So Man Animal is playing Red Dead Redemption 2. It's a cowboy game. I know. I've heard of it. It's passed me by a couple of times. I'm vaguely familiar with it. Hold on a second. It seems that getting raided makes my nose run. Anyway, a polite smile. Baudelaire says, hello, 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 hello. My name is Baudelaire. His eyes look her over, and he says, so you're the famous slayer of the Stag Lord's gang. And also a renowned bard, I hear. Soon to be a baroness. He stands up and gives a little bow. Pleased to make your acquaintance, madame. My name is Lander. He looks at her and she looks at him and, well, her heart flutters just a little bit, I will not lie. So now Baudela's got two two crushes going on. One on Captain. Hopefully we'll meet him again. He should be here at this party, actually. So, Man Animal, are you a role player too? Like, do you do voices, or do you like do in-character stuff, or stay really on the story, or are you more of a pew 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 shoot 'em up let's player, live streamer? Baudelaire gives a little bow with her head, acknowledging his graciousness, and then says, "Are you from Restov nobility? I mean, are you from Restovic nobility?" "Oh, no, no, I'm not from here. I'm just visiting, you could say. I wanted to see for myself the heroes who managed to conquer the frontier lands, and the Lord Mayor, who was kind enough to invite me to this wonderful party." "Truth be told," he continues, "that's precisely what I wanted to speak with you about. You see, I am an heir to one of Brevoy's noble houses. I won't say which, but believe me, a newly appointed baroness with no connections." And he leans forward and says this into her ear. "Would do well to have a friend like me." He leans back to see the effect of his words on Baudelaire. Baudelaire suddenly feels very nervous. She begins to hum, as she always does when she's nervous. That's most... He continues, talking right over her. "I travel the country in secret, without servants, so I can see it for myself. Not from a carriage window, but face to face with the people, you understand. My family, they would never approve, of course. But then, I never asked. I need to know Brevoy if I'm going to rule a part of it someday. I know Jamandi wants to impose her stepson on you as an emissary of Brevoy," he continues. He leans forward, doing that awkward and strange whispering again. "Refuse. Take me instead. Don't look at my age," he says, leaning back and then sitting back in the chair, picking up a glass of ale and downing a bit of it before continuing. "Well, they may have trained this half-orc of hers to swing a sword. I have been training to rule since I was a child. I'll be of far greater use to you, both now and in the future, after I have a firm position in my family." He leans back, tapping his fingers on the table, confident that she, Bottle, will respond with, well, why would anyone dare refuse Lander, he thinks. Bottle looks at the man, suddenly feeling that he's a bit oily and losing her interest in him almost immediately. "You say," she says, "that you are of noble title. But yet you have no last name? No title of your own? It is your family's name that gives you the, And she looks at him, raising one eyebrow, feeling a bit overconfident for Bottle even. "Just giving you the confidence to speak as you do to me? Just Lander?" He says, "Well, let's just say I'm here incognito. Under my circumstances, it's wise to keep one's lineage to oneself." Bottle goes, "Well, I will consider your proposal. If you'll excuse me, I see a friend. As she walks away, he says, holding up his mug, "Yes, do so, and carefully." He puts the So Crafter asked me a question a couple minutes ago, and I was in the middle of roleplay heaven. I'm sorry, so I want to get to it now. Is that the guy that brought Tartuccio back? I don't know, Crafter. We don't know who brought that guy back, so we're gonna find out. Beats me. Your guess is as good as mine. This guy is smarmy. So we will end that dialogue as Baudelaire walks away. And sees Harim. So we're going to commence the official proceedings, but not before we get a chance to talk to everyone. Who is this mysterious young man named Lander? Let's see here. So we have, we can find, let's see here. We can find shelter, get fresh information about the bandits at the trading post of a certain Oleg Levitin. The Stag Lord, that bloodthirsty bandit who had seized power over the Stolen Lands, is finally defeated. The road to a new barony is open to us. A noble welcome. The heroine deserves a reward for her feat. A baron's title. All the high society, Lindsay writes. Actually, I'm going to read this in Lindsay's voice. Bottle deserves a reward for her feat. A baron's title. All of high society of Rostov are gathered to witness the ceremony. Even Natalia Satova honors the celebration with her presence. Although she seemed almost ready to intervene, what could it be that so vexes the nobility? It's a mystery. Perhaps Baudelaire will be able to understand it, once she's become one. I'm very glad that she's my friend. A high society reception is always excellent entertainment. You can drink plenty of expensive wine, stuff yourself with tiny sandwiches on sticks, my favorite, or you can skip the time wasted on gluttony and make a few useful connections. Who is this mysterious young man named Lander? Talking to the honored guests is useful, but can also be exhausting. Isn't it time to commence the main event of the evening, receiving the Baron's title? Well, not until I'm good and ready. Let's talk to Harim, because I want to see what he has to say. And all the other people. There's a guard over here who watches carefully over the party for any trouble to be made. He says, a feast in times of pestilence. A ludicrous attempt to sink into reverie. To digress from contemplating one's own insignificance. They chat for a while. Baudelaire starts to feel a bit depressed and hums a dirge as she walks away. Hannes Drelev. So let's talk to all the new people. Hannes Drelev. This man's gorgeous clothes hide rippling muscles beneath them. He looks past your ear, obviously bored. Baudelaire says, greetings. I am Baudelaire the Bard. He looks unimpressed with her singing and everything else about her. He looks her up and down, one eyebrow cocked. Baron Hannes Drelev, he says offhandedly, emphasizing the word baron. You must be... what was her name again? Bottle something, bottle or Baudelaire. Bottle sings again. Oh, yeah, Baudelaire. The Stag Lord Butcher. Yeah, and, I hear you're a bard. Not too bad with a tune. Listen, I'm sorry, but you took out the Stag Lord and his gang, and so Sword Lord Jamandi is granting you permission to take his place, right? Well, congratulations. My lands lie to the west of yours. I suppose we're neighbors now. Baudelaire says, yes. My party, my companions, and myself defeated the Stag Lord. But, pray tell, what did you do to deserve your new domain? A smirk appears on the Baron's face. Yeah, I don't need to do anything or prove anything. I don't just need to deserve. Countless generations of my glorious ancestors have done so for me. If I had a slightly bigger army, Sword Lord Jamandi would have simply given all of the stolen lands to me. Alas, he continues to look over Baudelaire's shoulder at the party as if she's not even important enough to look at. Alas, I don't have so many soldiers at my disposal, so she had to urgently make, and then he looks directly at her, barons of the likes of you and Varn. Baudelaire is somewhat equal to him and his taunting, and she raises herself up, puts her shoulders back and says, "So let me understand this. You have no army, no special merits. You were just given land for being pretty?" Under other circumstances, Hannes says. Actually, this is how he says it. He puts his hands on his hips and he goes, let's try that again. Under other circumstances, I'd have you whipped for such words. But let's not ruin Lady Aldoria's celebration. If you want so badly to measure merits, we can do so another time. I look forward to it. Baudelaire says, "Well, the guests await." And unconsciously again humming to herself, "Goodbye." Not even deigning to reply, Baron Drelev turns around and looks away. So for those of you guys wondering, the role-playing I'm doing is on the fly. This is blind. I have not seen this part before. In my private game, we haven't gotten this far. So I'm just guessing as to how the character is and role-playing him, on the spot, basically. There's Ragongar wearing the Stag Lord's helm with great pride. "Ha ha!" he says. He takes a cup of ale. A cup of ale, and he goes, "Ha ha! Ha ha! It's Baudelaire, you awesome person, you!" He hits her on the shoulder like this, and she goes, "Ragongar, hello, I see you're deep in your cups already." Ragongar lifts it up and he says, "Ha ha! To victory! To freedom! Ha ha! Bottoms up! Bottoms up! Yes!" Ha ha! "This helmet looks great on me, doesn't it? Ha ha! Straight off of the Stag Lord's bloody head." Octavia smiles at Ragongar. She's also a little bit tipsy. She says, "Baudelaire, you need to try the eclairs. They're delicious. Oh, I think I've had 3 or 4, maybe 7. I can't really keep tell anymore." So, this is Esvanti Keeg. And by the way, for those of you guys who have been through this, could you let me know if there's anyone I should be particularly pointed out to talk to? I'm going to try and find everybody who's new. Valerie sits stoically, her tower shield leaning up against her chair. And, hold on a second, I'm going to just reload that. Just a moment, please. Let me go ahead and, so I'm going to hold the delete key, or press the delete key, to lock the camera onto Baudelaire. Nope. Who did it lock it on? I don't know. But anyway, it'll keep it from, it doesn't. Sure, prove me wrong while I'm live. Thank you very much. Hold on a second here. Okay, so, just want to make sure everything is okay over here. And I just need to check. We have our, I'm going to take that down. That can go. And Steam is up. And I can double check that over here. There we go. Steam is up. Good. Excellent. Pardon me for a second whilst I, there we go, get chat open. There we go. Okay, so, back to the game. Hooray! There is, here we go. So there's, oh, here's Keston Garess. So this is who, that's who they locked the camera on, by the way. Hi, Andrew. Welcome back to the Jessa Channel. For those of you guys watching on different platforms, keep in mind that you can watch me on Twitch. Right now I am live on Mixer and also on YouTube, if one platform particularly appeals to you over the other. You got just past this point? Yeah, this is cool. There's some great role-playing aspects here. Keston says, turns to Baudel and says, well, Baudel, Tartusio. And Baudel notices to her amusement that Keston is perhaps a little bit in his cups as well too. Though he has his ale cup is actually, you know what he does? He sips on a bit of wine with a straw, because you know. Yeah, we have just about to get the Barney. So we have Keston here. Let me turn the camera a little bit so we can get a better view of him. There we go. Anyway, Keston says, well, Tartusio. Well, scum, and how did we? Bottle, I must say, I've perhaps had one too many. No, excuse me. I need to go and get another eclair. I hear they're delicious. Jathal's over here. They call this a feast. I'd show them some real festivities if they'd let me. Mager Vaughn. This is a new person. Let's talk to him. This man is obviously more comfortable on the battlefield than in the company of nobles. I like his portrait very much. He's well built, but the expensive waistcoat he's wearing doesn't quite fit properly, Bottle notices, as though it was borrowed. He has a few pale scars across his face, and his dark hair is drawn into an unkempt ponytail with a few streaks of gray running through it. He greets you with a broad smile and a firm handshake. Baudelaire shakes his hand back, and says, "Good day. I am Baudelaire the Bard. And you are?" "Oh, I am. Let me introduce myself. I'm Mager Vaughn, the new ruler of Dunsword. You've heard of it? Your neighbor to the east. Like you, I'm about to be a baron. Great job with the Stag Lord, by the way. Not everyone could exterminate a whole gang of bandits with such a small team. There were just 6 of you, if word is true. I also hear that you're not quite a bad bard. I might ask you to come and entertain for my new court. Baudelaire says, I would be honored to perform for you. Except she says it in key. She says it like actually not flat or sharp or anything. So by the way, I'm not a singer, not in the slightest. I'm just put myself out there. And I can't sing, as you can hear, but that's not going to stop me from trying. Andrew, thank you so much for stopping by. You sleep well, okay? I'm always very happy when I see you at the Jessa Channel. Anyway, so if my singing is a bit rough on the ears, sorry. But hey, I can't get better unless I keep singing, so there you go. Baudelaire says, it is so strange to consider having a title, being a baron, being a noble. How do you feel? How does it feel for you? Mega looks at his rich clothes, and then he smirks almost embarrassedly. like a pheasant on a plate. I've killed all kinds of monsters, but this is the first time I've felt so strongly like turning away could get me eaten. This finery. Let's just say, I can't wait to take it off and get back into my regular armor. He nods toward an arrogant man in the corner of the room. You see that lad over there? Baudelaire looks over. Oh, yes. Baron. Yes, I've met him. I think his name is Drelev. He says, yeah, Baron Drelev. Listen, Baudelaire, he's not like us. Who knows what generation of baron he is? Didn't even shake my hand. You and me, Bottle. Yeah, we're like dirt beneath his boots. That's why those like us, you and me, the newly made nobility, we need to stick together. Otherwise, he'd take my land and yours in the blink of an eye. We can't let him do that, Baudelaire. We earned our land, whereas he just sat on his family's crest and earned it by sitting around. Baudelaire nods, giving one more disdainful look to Drelev before asking Magar. So, how exactly did you earn the title of Baron? I mean, as you know, my party, we killed the Stag Lord. It was a noble battle. One for the storybooks, as Lindsay tells me. What did you do to earn yours? Magar leans back against the column he's standing in front of, puts one foot up on the column and goes, truth be told, my team and I just happened to be in the right place at the right time. Jamandi Aldori needed someone reliable to take and hold the territory. I'm the captain of a mercenary team, if that wasn't clear. Varnling Host. Have you heard of us? That's our name. Baudelaire goes, no, I haven't, though I'm sure your deeds are renowned. He goes, no, no matter. We've done work for Jamandi before. This time, the task was simple. We just waltzed into the area, cleared it of most brazen monsters, and built a fort to hold the place. Honestly, it was more carpentry than battlery. And for that, a barony and a land to own. It was a dream job. The right place at the right time. Baudelaire says, well, it was nice meeting you. Magar says, yeah, you too. Goodbye. Once you're settled in, come pay us a visit. and perhaps sing us a song on that lute of yours. Okay, so that's Megarvon. Let's see if there's anyone else here that we need to meet. There's a Miri. There's a guest. There's Tristan. Let's talk to Tristan because Baudelaire really admires Tristan. I don't think she has a crush on him. I think she probably thinks she's not good enough for him or something like that. That's probably what I would say. These people are not just celebrating, Baudelaire. It seems your feat has given them new hope. Good for you. Yep. That's Tristan. Ah, here's Chandra Murphy. Chandra Murphy. Oh, yes. I see good old Restov hasn't changed a bit. Even the smell in the streets is the same. And Natila Sertova. So, House Sertova. This is obviously important. She gets a whole description for herself. House Sertova, the current ruling family of Brevoy, is also the Breivik noble family and the most influential. Their original holdings are the environs of Port Ice in northern Issa, on the shores of the Lake of Mists and Veils. Ooh, I hope we get to see that. The Sertovas are known as careful and cunning diplomats. Before Coral the Conqueror invaded, Sertovas were known as pirates and raiders, and the family still has many connections with the pirates and brigands of the region, many of whom are distant relations of the Sertova clan. Their family motto is, "Ours is the right." Okay. Baudelaire would have heard of the Sertovas, and, oops. Thank you, Morgwin. So, Natala is discussing something with an unfamiliar old lady in a low voice. Upon noticing Baudelaire, she breaks into a sugary, sweet smile. You were not only tough, but quick. Well, congratulations on your victory. Enjoy it, while you can. Baudelaire suddenly feels very nervous. This imperious woman is obviously up to no good. Baudelaire says, a pleasure. My name is Baudelaire the Bard. And you must be Natala Sertova. What do you think awaits me? Nothing good, I fear. The Aldori, our dearest friends, didn't deem it necessary to inform you of their plans, I assume. You see, they're preparing to separate from Brevoy. It will not be a peaceful process. So this is news. Aldori, Jamandi Aldori, whose castle we are in, is planning to separate from Brevoy, make her own lands, I guess? Natala continues. They lack the strength currently. Hence this legal loophole to create some independent allies. And Baudelaire suddenly understands why baronies are up for the taking to people like her, and also the man she was just talking to, whose name I forgot right now, who looks so uncomfortable in his finery. Once the civil war breaks out, your lands will be the first to endure a strike from Brevoy's forces. Perhaps they'll erect a memorial stone in independent Restov to honor you. I wouldn't count on that. Really? Baudel says, what would you propose, then? To one so fresh and noble as myself. In your situation, The most reasonable course of action would be to align yourself with the lawful rulers of Brevoy, the noble houses. The Aldori won't dare to rebel, knowing that they will immediately become entrapped. You could help Brevoy avoid a civil war, while simultaneously enjoying some well-deserved peace in your lands. So basically the Brevoy and the Aldori. Okay, got it. I believe Jamondi has already attempted to impose a guard on you as an emissary. I'm guessing her low-born stepson, the green-skinned boy. Oh, what is his name? Castle? Yes. It's up to you, of course, but I would recommend you a different envoy. Please meet Chandra Murphy, an experienced diplomat, and she waves to the woman next to her, who's more familiar with Brevoy's politics than any brawler could be. Baudelaire looks at the woman. The woman looks at Baudelaire up and down. The woman looks as if she smells something funny, something that would be from the streets of Brevoy. Hello, Chocolate. She just stopped in on my phone to say hello. Just left the Bahamas and the ship is out to sea. You are on a ship right now? Oh, Chocolate, I'm so mad at you I could spit. Take some pictures and put it in Discord. That's amazing that you can watch the Jessa Channel from a cruise ship. Wow. Wow. Take pictures or it didn't happen. That is awesome. That is, wow. I'm so mad. I am so mad, Chocolate. In fact, I just realized that Damo won't be here today because he's on a cruise ship too. He left just today. But please give us some pictures. I so want to go on a cruise ship. One day, it'll happen. You watch. But in the meantime, I'll just be really mad at you. But thank you for stopping by, because believe me, if I were on a cruise ship, the last thing I would be thinking of doing is going and stopping into a live stream. I'd be at the buffet, at the donut buffet. Thank you, Chocolate. I really appreciate it. That's awesome. Man, you can watch I've seen people watching the channel from all kinds of different places, but I have never seen anyone watching the channel from a cruise ship. That is cool. That is awesome. Anyway. Man, technology, it's a trip. This woman over here was looking Bottle up and down like she smelled something funny. Bottle does not appreciate it. You know, if I do end up on a cruise ship by 2020, I'm going to remember you said that, Heather. That'd be pretty cool. It could happen. Could definitely happen. The old woman standing next to Natalia gives you a slight bow. Gives Baudelaire a slight bow. Look at her. Man, look at that face. Ooh. Ooh. Oh. Yike. The old woman standing next to Natalia gives Baudelaire a slight bow. I would be happy to help you establish diplomatic relations with Brevoy. Baudelaire says very slowly and somewhat quietly, tonelessly. That's the word. I'll consider your proposal. Natalia says, think on it. Do not make any hasty decisions. Baudelaire. So, yeah. All right. Well, we've got some politics, some intrigue, some very interesting role play opportunities here. I think we've talked to everyone in the room. Let's look and see. There's a guard over here. Oh, I don't think we've talked to is Vankani, is is Vanki, is Vanki Keeg. Yeah, if you guys can, yeah, if you guys can do that without murdering it, you know, let me know. We'll just call him Ez because no. Basically. No. A handsome man with a weather-beaten face grasps Baudelaire's hand tightly in his rough and calloused palms. Unlike the rest of the guests in their festive clothes, he wears a simple robe. The only luxury Baudelaire sees on him is a holy symbol of Aristel, made of solid gold. The other guests look at him with respect, some bordering on awe. As Baudelaire walks up to him, there's a murmur that goes around the room as the guests notice Baudelaire talking with him. "Congratulations on your victory," he says in a deep voice. Let's try that again, since it's a deep voice. "Congratulations on your victory," he says in a deep voice. "Allow me to introduce myself. I am Vanki Keg, High Priest of Aristel in Restov." Oh, so we did pass a lore religion check. The GM said roll a d20, so we did pass that. Oh, yes. Okay. I think we're going to go with this one, even though we passed that lore religion check. This is a, well... no, this is what Baudelaire would do. I'm always like that, you know, if I come up against something, I'm like, well, this might get us a better response, but I just cannot bring myself not to do what the character would do, or, you know, do something different than the character would do. Baudelaire says, thinking about all the people that she's just recently talked to in this banquet room, some very difficult, and she glances over at the difficult man here, Drelev. She says, "Bringing law into the Stolen Lands is a difficult endeavor." And then she sneezes. That was an in-character sneeze. The hall is dusty. 100% in-character sneezing, only at the Jessa Channel. All right. Bringing law into the Stolen Lands, thank you, Morgwin, is a difficult endeavor. To be honest, I would be grateful for any help you could spare me. Excellent. We have succeeded at that diplomacy check, which we will need to succeed at a lot of those. I like to see the checks. That's cool that you can see the roll. Helps us remember that we are playing, you know, a tabletop role-playing game, or what was the origins of. And so we rolled a 15. We have a plus 12 for the skill. We had to beat a difficulty class of 18, so we succeeded. Vanki looks at Bottle for a moment. His eyes old, wise. This is a truly noble undertaking. I believe our community will be able to provide you with reasonable assistance. We will help you construct a shrine in your capital, free of charge. Baudelaire says, Thank you. Anything that could help. I can't believe I'm about to say this, but my subjects to feel at peace, and your counsel would be welcome. I saw how you fought beside Jamandi that night, in this very hall. Your god has granted you impressive power. Yes, I used to serve, he says. Yes, I used to serve Aristil on the battlefield. But, young one, those days are long past. Now I call on his power to heal those who have fallen from a roof more often than anyone wounded by a sword. Of course, someone has to roam the forests and slay monsters, and I'm more useful to my congregation, my small congregation here, attending to more mundane affairs like hospitals, shelters, and charity fairs. Baudelaire wonders for a moment, and then she says, Do many people in Restov, do they venerate Aristil? Ivanki thinks on it for a moment before saying, I'm sorry, Esvanki, before saying, They revere many gods in Restov. They pray to Abadar, the patron of cities, and to Pharasma, gatherer of souls. There are also some more rare cults. There's no denying that the stag god has the largest congregation here. And no wonder. People here have lived off of farming and hunting for centuries. We gained 90 experience just for that. That's awesome. I must say, though, that you are dressed surprisingly simply for such a festive occasion. I met a man, and she points across the hall, who seemed most uncomfortable in his finery. I find myself rather uncomfortable in mine as well, too, she says. Esvanki smiles. The corner of the priest's mouth turn up. The nobles dress in silks and satins to stand out from the poor. A priest wears a simple robe to stand out from the nobles. Baudelaire says, It was truly an honor to meet you. He takes her hand again in his hands. His hands are calloused but warm. And she says, It was an honor to meet you. Goodbye. He says, Aristil keep you, my child. So, I believe now that we've talked to everyone. I keep saying that, but I'm pretty sure we've hit everybody now. Anyone back here? I doubt it. Is there anyone, like, hanging out in the corners? Doesn't look like it. There's another guard here. And another guard there. A guest. I like this roleplay opportunity. And of course I love voicing so many different characters. Another guard. Okay, so, we're gonna walk up and get the, barony started. Here stands Cassil Aldori, Jamandi Aldori, and Joseph Selemius. Or Selemius. Selemius. We will speak to Jamandi now. But Baudelaire can't help but remember what this woman's words were, wherever she went. Oh, this one here. Natalia Sertova, about what Jamandi's real reason is for giving away, as it were, so many baronies.
So, how do you like our little gathering? I hope you've made some useful connections. Shall we move on to the official proceedings?
Baudelaire is not feeling strong enough in herself to question taking a different envoy. other than Casil Aldori. Baudelaire is going to have to adjust into her barony. She's not going to become super amazing baron overnight or anything like that. She says, "Yes, please, let us begin. And again, Sword Lord, I thank you." Jamandi smiles and says, "I'm sure we will all love to hear your words of song after we have done the official proceedings."
Excellent. Stand here. Lords and ladies, today we are here to honor 3 brave people who have done the impossible. They've tamed the Stolen Lands. Baron Hannes Drelev, the new master of Glenabon. Captain Maegor Varn, the conqueror of Dunsword. And finally, the tamer of the Shrike Hills, who put
Baudelaire!
an end to the atrocities of the Stag Lord's bandits. Step forward.
Oh, Bottles leans down.
People of the free city of Restov, I confer upon you this noble title.
That's so cool. These are the kind of heroes we've needed to long years of prosperity. Yeah. That's so cool. Crafter says, "I would love to see you play a supernatural, crazy character like a vampire lady of some sort, but she's a bit weird. I can only imagine the roleplay. If a game comes along that allows me to do that, I can do that. I'd love to be able to stretch my
Victory. The Stag Lord's dead, and the capital of the new barony has been built in place of his fort. That was how the long and challenging taming of the Stolen Lands began."
So Lindsay is cheering on Baudelaire, or in this case, generic dude number 1 over here. We'll just imagine this is Baudelaire. Okay. Greetings, Baroness. Greetings, Baroness. Good morning, Baroness. Keston Gress comes out. His eyes are a little bleary and bloodshot, but he is standing strong, and his voice is strong and solid as always. "Welcome, Your Grace." Keston salutes you. You can see he's a bit anxious. Baudelaire sees that he's a bit anxious. It seemed he'd rehearsed his speech many times. "Let me once again congratulate you on your victory and your new title. Lady Jamandi transferred me here. I am at your disposal, Baroness. I'm not one to bestow honors." But he puts his hands on his chest like this and he says, "But I want you to know, I am glad to serve you." Bottle's heart flips in her chest. She does everything she can to avoid showing blushing, but it's too late and her cheeks are aflame. This man, so beautiful and so trustworthy, honest, bowing to her? She wonders how difficult it will be to mix business and pleasure. So, wow, this is awesome. This is so cool. By the way, little thing here. The 1.1 patch came out today, which I think is unwise of Owlcat Games, because they should know not to put a patch out on a Friday. Put it out on a Monday or a Tuesday. Like Monday, do like your final touch-ups, like everybody have a weekend where you can just rest your brain. Monday you come in, double check it, triple check it, quadruple check it, and then Tuesday deploy it. But they put it out on Friday. So Reddit is talking about it. No one's really reported any massive bugs from it. I do not have it. I do have the Steam version, which, by the way, I want to say thank you for what you've been seeing me playing up until this point is the GOG version. A patron bought the Steam version for me, and this patron wishes to remain anonymous, I think. So I can't say whom. However, I can say thank you to her. Yay! Thank you very much. Because I wanted to have the Steam version, because the GOG version doesn't, the patches don't come out as quickly. You couldn't test the beta branch on the Steam version, which I thought I'd want to do, but then I decided not to because I didn't want to ruin our playthrough if something went wrong. But she bought me the version that gives you little animals. So Baudelaire now has little companion animals that you can have with you. I'll show you in inventory when we're done talking to Keston. But anyway, so I now have the Steam version, but I'm opening up the game from the exe file, pathfinder.exe, so I don't have Steam open, have to have Steam open, and it doesn't automatically update. Little trick there for you. Some games will allow you to do that. Some games will force you to have Steam open, which really pisses me off. This one does not. I'm here to welcome you on behalf of your new capital citizens, says Keston. The Stag Lord's former stronghold will soon be a thriving city. Word travels fast, and the first settlers have already arrived, with new ones approaching as we speak, Baroness. While you were visiting Restov, my lady, much has been done here. Your benefactors, the Aldori, invested a great deal of resources in rebuilding the city. I stand ready to answer your questions and to show you around the most important sites. The main question is, where can I get a drink or three? No, she wouldn't say that. She would not say that. Partly because Keston looks like he's had enough drinks, and because the first thing she's going to do is drink. No. As she looks around and people are walking by, going about their daily business, women with washing on their hips, like their washing baskets, shopping baskets, men walking by with farming tools and implements, children playing nearby. And Baudelaire is happy to see that the first settlers have already arrived. She notices that they all seem very happy, but she wants to make sure that that's not just because she has arrived. She says to Keston, Keston, she stumbles over her words, Sergeant Geras, thank you. What is the mood of the people here? They seem to be doing happily enough. Keston says, I must admit, my lady, I've never seen anything like that in my whole life. A city, a whole barony born right in front of our eyes. The people sense the moment. And today, we're feeling proud. As a rule, I'm not too cheerful or chatty, as you know. I'd normally feel out of place among all the rejoicing. But, well, today is just one of those days. He smiles and says, as you know, I did enjoy and imbibe a bit much last night, but it was worth it. Never mind, though, I am here and ready for your bidding, as you command. Baudelaire says, are there any citizens I should know about? Anyone that I might need to address any concerns? Keston taps a finger and he says, our old acquaintance, Jihad, is right here. Aristel's clerics normally don't like cities much, I will admit, but he's eager to serve you. Also, the emissary from Brevoy is here, waiting for you in the throne room. There's also this curious matter. He pauses. An elf has paid us a visit. A blind elf. Desna only knows how he managed to get here. He seems peaceful, an even, pleasant fellow, though naturally a little odd. I let him stay a while. It's up to you to decide what to do with him now. That's about it, I guess. Yes, that's it. Well, I will see him momentarily, says Baudelaire. Where are my companions, Lindsay, and everyone else? They are all somewhere around here. I've never kept an eye on who went where exactly. Well, I assume Tristian is with Jihad. You know, they always like to talk. And, oh, and you can always find Lindsay. Just follow the noise and the turmoil. Baudelaire smiles and then laughs, and she says, oh, I think... I think I can hear her just down the road. Well, Keston, please, lead the way. I'm ready to look around the city. Let's see our noble lands. Let's see how the people fare. Lead the way, good man, lead the way, good man. Do so if you dare. And then she offers her hand out. Keston says, my lady, follow me, your grace. So it is your grace. I was going to say your grace instead of my lady, but I thought, I'm not sure if the title is your grace. Now I know it is. So that's cool. Oh, cool. We actually get to do a real tour. Awesome. Oh, this is so cool. Oh, look at the little kid. Greetings, your grace. We are, well, your new subjects. We're selecting a site to build our house. Baudelaire says, oh, very good. It's wet near the lake and windy up here on the hill. A fine place to throw garbage at your neighbors' heads, though. Ouch! Stop pinching! It's a good thing you got rid of those monsters and bandits, your grace. Thank you very much. You're very welcome. Do you recognize this place? Says Keston, your grace. This is where the Stag Lord's fortress wall used to be. Not that it saved him in the end, huh? This is so cool. Our workers did a fine job turning this bandit den into the heart of the town. Baudelaire looks around with absolute amazement. Keston continues, the heart of every town is its main square. We plan to hold festivities and fairs here. Look, we already have our first vendor. This is awesome. Baudelaire says, thank you. He says, greetings, your grace. And if you turn right from the square, you'll end up straight in our tavern. Baudelaire says, I will make sure to try the meals. The tavern's ale is blessed by Caden Kalin himself, I swear, and the lady who owns it is a gem. Your grace, these are our guards. They keep order in the city, and keep their mouths something. Keep their mouths shut or something like that. Missed out on what that was. I love this overlook right here. Isn't that cool? This is so cool. Shut up. Here's the observation platform. I hope one day your capital will grow large enough that we won't be able to see its full extent from this perch. Baudelaire looks out and she's just dumbstruck. She is absolutely dumbstruck. She, for once, can say not one thing. She looks out over it with a smile and sings a happy tune. The building in front of us is your residence. That's where we'll head to now, your grace. She listens as people talk and share. And she thinks in her head, it's mine! It's all mine! I have to admit, I'm really impressed. A real tour and everything. That is so cool. Were those of you who are watching, were the rest of you guys as impressed as I am with this? Okay, so, okay, all right. So we have something here. Welcome to your barony. You are about to make the unyielding Stolen Lands a prosperous kingdom. There's a long and arduous road ahead of you. Crafter's saying, that's interesting for the age of 19. Yeah, I know. She's a bit young. I'll admit it. We might see, some of that youth might, you know, like that overlook is so cool, wasn't it? Like that, she's going to make mistakes. I'm going to role play this. She's not going to be perfect. We're going to get into trouble. We're going to make mistakes. We're going to learn as we go. But it's awesome role playing opportunity. I have been really happy with this game. It's the first game that gave me the feeling of Baldur's Gate. And this whole section, complete with like this tour and your subjects, is so cool. You and your advisors are going to deal with the matters of national importance, found and build up settlements, and seize and develop new regions. A prosperous governor will be handsomely rewarded with support and donations from their subjects, promising alliances with other states, etc. Good luck in your ruling, Baroness. Awesome. Keston Gress says, so now we've reached the main chambers, Your Grace. This is the throne room, where you'll hold court and receive visitors. Let me draw your attention to this large map, depicting your barony and its surroundings. We'll mark all the important scout reports and other news worthy of Your Grace's attention. Having finished his speech, Keston tucks his thumbs under his belt and stands quietly. Baudelaire turns to him and she says, "You have done me proud this day, Sergeant Garess. Thank you. I am so glad you are by my side. For, to be honest, I will need all the help I can get as I learn the ropes of ruling, as it were. But thank you ever so much." Morgwin says, oh, I think I just realized where Baudelaire's name came from. Was it a play on Baldur's Gate? Crap, I wish it were, because that would be so cool. But unfortunately, no. Baudelaire's name came out of my head in the shower. That's the honest truth. The honest truth. So Heather, have you heard of this game before? I think you would really like this game. It's role play joy. I love it. If you go and look on Steam, you're going to see it has mixed reviews, which are, to be honest, well deserved. Because its launch was very rocky. Long and short of it, I'm not part of Owlcat Games. I have no idea. But my guess is they did a Kickstarter. They raised all the money they asked for. They didn't raise as much as they had more tiers that they could have earned money for, but they raised their base price and a tier or two. I don't know how many. And they put the game together, and I think it was 2 years. It was a very short period of time for such an ambitious game. And basically, they released the game, and there's no way they could not have known how buggy it was. They basically released it incomplete. And my guess is that they just ran out of money and they had to release it, because that's just the reality of it. They had to keep the lights on, so they had to release the game even though it wasn't complete. What they should have done was gone into early access, but I can see why they chose not to, because they had already basically made people pay Kickstarter. Anyway, but the point is, the game came out and it towards the end was so buggy that it was difficult to complete, my understanding is. I'm a slow player, so I have run into some bugs, definitely. There's definitely things that made the game not look polished and professional. Grammar mistakes, typing mistakes, things like that. But the game itself, they've been patching it like crazy, almost to their detriment, because they'd put out patches quicker than they could test them, and the patches would have errors in them, and it was just awful. Point is, it's improving, and it's very much worth it, but I cannot honestly say to pay full price for it. To be absolutely honest, I could not recommend it. I can absolutely recommend it at the next summer sale or at the winter sale if they lower the price to say $20 bucks and under. It's worth that, absolutely, but not above that. That's the honest truth. But I do recommend when it does go down, jump on it, because it's a great game. I bought it at full price because of the channel, and I wanted to play it through, live stream it. So it was absolutely worth it for the channel. But if it weren't for the fact that I do this, as my living, I would not have spent the money on it. So yeah, wait, when they patch it, exactly. That's the absolute truth. But as you can see, it's got such fantastic touches. It just needs a lot of polishing and a nice hand to it. 6 months, and I think it'll be well worth it. Unfortunately, they've got such a bumpy ride that it's going to be hard to make sales for them because a mixed review on Steam. It's very hard to get people to buy that. Okay, so Keston stands quietly. Cassil Adori says, greetings, your grace. Cassil says, Lady Jamandi's warned, and he gives a polite bow. It's a pleasure to meet you at the Restov reception. On behalf of your allies and benefactors, the Aldori Sword Lords, I'd like to offer you some advice. So, what is this? Barony effects. Community +1, loyalties +6, military +3, divine +3, arcane +3, stability +3. New event. Okay. So I guess these are things that we can do. The difficulty level of your barony. At any time, or set it to automatic, you won't be able to have to deal with government decisions. Well, half the fun is dealing with the government stuff. I'm looking forward to the kingdom management. However, I do have it set on easy because I have heard that it is a real bugger ahead of above that. And you can actually lose the whole game if your kingdom fails. So I want it on easy. Isn't Baudelaire the name of a poet? Possibly, but honestly, what I was looking for, well, not possibly, I don't know. There's the answer to that. But that's not why I named her. It's not after anyone. I was looking for a name that started with the letter B, that was unique and interesting, and that sounded good alliteratively with the word bard. I wanted it to be the Bard, you know, be something the Bard. So I went to a baby name site and I was looking at all kinds of names and nothing hit me. And then I decided to just let my brain rest on it. And I went to the shower and then it came to me like that. That's it. That's it. So I wanted something unique and interesting and, you know, like not like Bob the Bard or Barbara the Bard, or I wanted it to sound, you know, fantasy name-ish. That's it. Okay. So you can, Cassil continues, you can solve most of your barony's problems by granting appointments to the right people. Responsible people. But certain state business will demand your personal attention as well, the visits of especially important guests. Reports of such outstanding events will be marked on your map. You can always check it while considering your plans, says Cassil. Betty the Bard. Yeah, that wasn't gonna fly. Or Bambi the Bard. Yeah, so I know I've heard of the word Baudelaire. Did I just say Baudelaire? I did. I've heard of the word Baudelaire, so when it came to me it was like, cool. But oh. But, you know, I didn't know where I'd heard it, but Heather's telling me, per Wikipedia, Charles Pierre Baudelaire, 1821 to 1867, was a French poet who also produced notable work as an essayist, art critic, and pioneering translator of Edgar Allan Poe. That's cool. Awesome. Well, then I feel like Baudelaire has an excellent namesake. It's so cute. He's so cute. I've really got to get a webcam sit right here so you can see how cute he is. I'm talking about Luke, who's lying on his very cushy. He's so spoiled. My cats are so spoiled. It's not even funny. You know what? Actually, Heather, that is where I heard of Baudelaire. Now that you say it, it was Lemony Snicket. That's where it was. Because I did read some of those. I found them way too depressing, though. Too dark. I don't do dark even in children's books. But I read a few of them. That name, Baudelaire. So, it was sitting in my subconscious waiting to be used. You can solve most of your barony's problems by granting appointments to the right people. Oh, I already read this. Okay, so, sorry. According to the ancient traditions of Brevoy and most of the river kingdoms, rulers address affairs of state and receive visitors at the beginning of the month. My advice to you is maintain this tradition, and regularly visit your capital when needed. The first thing you should do as a ruler is assign loyal people to all the important positions in your barony. All right, Cassil. Your clerics, Jahad and Tristian, were the first to seek an audience. I won't distract you further. I'll leave you to consider. Once again, my congratulations. May your rule be long and prosperous. Your Grace. Baudelaire says, Thank you, Cassil. I appreciate the help. And then Lindsay says, Hi, Baudel. How are you doing? Hi, Lindsay. She waves at Lindsay, who's right here, and goes, Lindsay, look, I'm a baroness. Lindsay says, I know, I'm writing everything down for prosperity. Jahad walks up and says, Your Grace, allow me to congratulate you on receiving the title of Baroness. I am confident that you will be able to bring order to these troubled lands. Of course. Jahad stumbles slightly. Though, to be honest, Your Grace, that isn't exactly what we wanted to speak to you about. Tristian, it indicates Tristian, who nods his head forward. Tristian and I have been talking a great deal about what happened at the Temple of the Elk. It doesn't at all make sense to us yet, but one thing is clear. There's a powerful curse at work. It corrupted the very essence of that sacred place, steeping it with putrescence. Putrescence? 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 I'm not sure. Ugh! I am disgusted with whoever could do this. Jahad exhales loudly, catching his breath. And now, Your Grace, there's a new woe. Tristian and I believe the curse did not simply disperse of its own accord. There's a place near the capital rumored by locals to be cursed. Tristian and I visited this dreadful place, and we felt the same putrescence as at the Temple of the Elk. Baudelaire is surprised and a bit shocked that there's still this curse, this fog. It's still around, despite the fact that the Stag Lord has been defeated. Baudelaire says, this place. What is it? Where is it? Tristian continues the tale. Tristian says, There's a bald hilltop not far from here, to the north of the capital, Your Grace. Its crown is entirely barren of life. The locals believe that the rituals glorifying the dark gods were held there back in ancient times. There's no longer any trace of such rituals, but the air around. Bye, Crafter! Thank you for coming! We'll be live tomorrow with Dave Gilbert playing Unavowed, his game Unavowed. That's going to be pretty fun. There's no longer any trace of such rituals, but the air around the hilltop is heavy to the point of stifling. This place is like a rotting wound, closed, Your Grace, but not healed. And this wound, says Jahad continuing, and this wound will undoubtedly open again. Tristian and I felt something approaching, something ominous. The curse will soon return to plague us once more. This I swear by Aristel. Baudelaire says, I believe you, and I trust you both. I will go there. We will go there, as soon as we are able. This curse cannot be allowed to return to these lands. People are happy and content, and I wish to keep it so. Tristian says, Of course, Your Grace, I will be happy to accompany you, but I would not expect anything new there at present. Jahad says, I agree with Tristienne. We have been to this hilltop, Your Grace, while you were traveling. It's barren, but filled with a dense atmosphere of unease. Baudelaire then says, well, then, what do you suggest? If we should not go there right away and take care of this curse, then how should we handle the danger? Jihad says, unfortunately, the curse will grow in strength. We predict it will reach the peak of its strength in about a month. That is when we should visit the bald hilltop and resolve this issue. To go before that would be a waste of time and would be folly. Tristienne and I will definitely keep an eye on the energy there and alert you, apprise you of any change. But Tristienne finishes, for now, we can only wait and prepare. Jihad says, oh, and we beg your pardon, Your Grace, for intervening with you, getting the grasp of your barony. We know that there is a lot to learn, and I'm sure you have even more pressing matters at hand right now. However, we felt it would be wise to apprise you of the circumstances as soon as possible. Baudelaire says, thank you so much. I can understand that this barony will be hard work. An ancient curse. They have informed us of a great something. So the barony has 10 basic stats. Regent, counselor, population, loyalty, military, economy, religion, foreign affairs, stability, culture, and espionage. Stats increase if your governance is successful. Okay. And decrease if events don't end well or other negative factors are placed in your way. It's getting chilly. We don't want to let our barony stats drop to 0 or lower. This will cause your subjects to riot, and your state will begin to crumble. Okay. Each stat has certain milestones or ranks within them. 20 points in a stat will increase your rank. Okay. Rank 1 unlocks a corresponding advisor position for that stat. Okay. Further development of the stat and upgrades to its ranks will be possible only if you have an advisor in the relevant position. Okay. I'll tell you that when I was taking a look at the game to find out whether I wanted to bring it to the channel, one of the major selling points for me was the kingdom management. I was like, oh, cool. Is it kind of like The Sims? Probably not, but I just thought it was a really cool idea. So it's basically saying here that we want to select characters who are in alignment with our own vision, our own alignment, basically. Like if we are neutral good, I think Baudelaire is neutral good. So we want to pick advisors who are aligned to the good rather than evil, or maybe even chaotic. Okay. So there are these advisor cards. So choose an... Oh, shut up. You can choose a name for your barony? Oh, heck yeah. You know how much I love games that allow you to name things, because it really gives you, the player, a sense of ownership. So, if for those of you guys watching, even you lurkers, if you want to let me know now, those of you who are having a happy time lurking, if you want to lurk, that's wonderful. I'm totally happy with that, obviously. However, if you want to de-lurk for just a minute and give me a baron's name, what would Baudelaire name her lands? That's so cool. It's so cool that you can name your lands. So go ahead and give me a name for your lands, or for the lands. Let me know. I'll wait a little bit in chat. That's so cool. I just love that you can choose the name. On YouTube, are you guys experiencing any buffering? I hope not. Hi, sweetie. I'm trying to think of a good name for the barony. Let me see. I kind of like something like that overlook, you know? Like I liked how you could overlook that overlook the area. So like I don't know. I feel like going on Reddit and being like, what did you name your barony, so I can steal their ideas? I know. So I'm just gonna type in English village names because I love English villages and hamlets. Oh, it is? Oh, okay. Thank you for letting me know. Yeah, because I can't, yeah, there's nothing I can do about that, really. Not right now. The most idyllic English villages. Oxfordshire in Chadlington. Oh, yeah, something like the Bluffs. Like, I'm looking here. Oh, I know. I'm trying to remember the name of her god. She could name it after her god, like something Bluffs. I'm trying to remember. Here we go. I'm gonna look up the Pathfinder deities. And let's see, a deities quick reference, because Pathfinder has like a gazillion deities, I think. It's Shaylin. Let's see. Shaylin. The Eternal Rose. The Lady of Chrysanthemums. Cirrus. The Eternal Maiden. Beauty, Love, Subdomains, Agathion, Shaylin Bluffs. I think just Shaylin's Bluffs. No, that's too many S's. Shaylin's Bluffs. There'd be like a whole lot of bluffs going on. That's just a lot of bluffs. And a lot of S's in the Bluffs. I'm just looking at, well, let's go to desktop so you guys can see what I'm looking at. My. That's Shaylin. Whoa, hello. Desktop. There we go. And let me put my camera back up here. There we go. So, that's Shaylin right there. Ain't she pretty? And you know, the problem is that I don't know if I can change it afterwards. Yes, I will take forever. Yeah. She's a good looking she's a good looking goddess, man. I think she's sporting a belly ring right there. Okay, well, let's see. I'm so stuck. I can't think of anything. I'm just like, I'm like Shaylin something. Like Shaylinshire. That just sounds silly. Alright, let's just go with... I don't really like this. I don't love this, but... there we go. Crystal Bluffs it is. Okay, so settlement map. Click on your capital icon to open the settlement map. There's... oh, stats. Alright. And then how do I find my capital icon? Oh, is this it? Oh, Tuskdale. That's not what I want. But I named mine better than Tuskdale. Jeesh. Can I get this to scroll a little bit faster? Outskirts. North Gnarl Marches. South Gnarl Marches. Camelands. Lake Silverstep. So these are Varnhold. Yep, we met the guy who has that now. The outskirts. Thorn River. Okay, well, it looks like, unless I'm seriously missing something, this map is very pretty. Wow, this is a huge map. Is there a way to see this map? Like, oh, Patax. Cool. Okay, so as far as I can see, I only see one Tuskdale. Oh, you can rename it. Oh, cool. That's the new settlement, but our whole kingdom is called something what we just named it. Crystal Bluffs. Okay, well, oh. Oh, it was? Yeah, YouTube is telling me that there are some... It's sometimes telling me that the stream health is a little bit low. And that there's a lot of buffering. I'm not sure why. Because I haven't changed any settings. I'm glad you can switch to Twitch, though, because people being unable to watch is a pain. I'm wondering if I've done something... let me just quickly check my settings. Just a moment, please. I don't recall changing anything. No, I haven't. Everything's the same as it always has been. But I can lower that. See if that helps. Anyway, I'm glad though that you know, if we are having trouble on YouTube, because it's buffering for me too. That if we are having trouble, I can change it. I can that you don't have to be stuck on just YouTube anymore, which is pretty cool. Because there are very few people watching, and I think it's because it's buffering so much. That's annoying. Okay, so villages. I'm sorry, I just got momentarily distracted. Tuskdale. We were thinking about renaming Tuskdale because I don't like Tuskdale. So we'll call this Newton on High. Yay! The new town on the high spot, overlooking everything that's awesome. Except Newton on High. So now I'm trying to figure out, what do we do now? We have 5 projects. Oh. We have 1 region. Declare the outskirts a part of your kingdom. Or, oh, look at this. This is slick. So this is who our advisors can be. All right. The barony is stable. People are content with their life and their ruler. Well, they better be. So what is this? Oh, regent. Ensures the subject's complaints and concerns are heard by... You're having lagging too? Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is it's time for a little break anyway. So let me put myself back up on screen. It's time for a little break. We're getting some lagging. I don't like that. I don't know what's going on. It's making me unhappy. So let's go over here. Yep. I just got an encoding overloaded message. Okay. That's painful. Let me quickly close down the game. Okay, so I'm going to save the game. This is our new game in our capital. And I'm going to exit, actually. Because I'm getting a lot of buffering and OBS is stalling on me. Come on, OBS. Okay, so let me put myself back up on screen. No, right here. Okay. So, I'm getting some buffering, even with my brand new, ridiculously nice computer, and I don't know what's going on, so I'm going to try and fix it. And I'm going to take a little break, and then we'll come back. I'll come back with you in maybe 30 minutes or so. So, everybody go take a break and go get something to eat, and then we'll come back and we'll keep trying. Because whatever's the problem, I got to figure it out ASAP. Because I have a very big live stream tomorrow and I can't have any problems. And I just spent a lot of money on a huge computer so we wouldn't have any problems. So, yeah. Okay, so if you can see me, let me know in chat if you can hear me and see me. Hopefully you should be able to. And I'm going to stop the stream for about 30 minutes or so. I'm going to go grab something to eat. I'm going to refresh myself. I'm going to figure out what's going on with the game and the computer and all that kind of stuff. See if I can. And then if I can, I will come back. If I can't, I will see you guys tomorrow. And I have a feel. Okay, good. You can. Yay. I was just about to say, I hope somebody can say it. It's weird when no one answers because it feels like you're talking into like, into nothing. So, I'm going to find out what's going on with my buffering because I don't like that at all. And I'll be back in about 30 minutes and I will let you guys know. If you're following me on YouTube, on Twitch, on Twitter, and all that kind of stuff, you'll get a notification when I go live. And I'll put a little note in Discord as well, too. It was the game. Something about the game was eating my resources, which bugs me because this is a very good computer. Very good. So I'm a little bit irritated about that. I'm not going to lie. Anyway, all right. So I will see you guys soonly. And I won't bother doing an outro because this is consider this to be a break, part 1 of 2. and I will see you guys in about 30 minutes or so. Okay? Thank you as always for watching.